Howdy, everyone, and welcome to this 14th episode of Season 2 of the Bin Podcast. I'm Mikey Famine, wearing my very dope, exclusive Lupe Fiasco t-shirt.
Time out, Mikey.
Yes.
Why am I so small?
Oh, see, I told you your box would change once Wayne got here.
Oh,
I told you your box would change once
We've
Wayne
not
got
even
here.
made it through intros and we're talking about Brenna's box.
I just told you. I told you that would happen.
Don't.
When Wayne shows up, your box gets all weird. I don't know.
He has that effect on me.
Well, there you go.
I affect women's boxes.
I'm just saying, when Wayne shows up, the box gets real small and doesn't want to be the normal
Oh.
size. It's almost like it's trying to keep him out.
All right, guys, thanks for showing up.
Where's Dr. Emma? We need HR already.
Jesus Christ. It just got worse.
Thank you,
So-
Tons
so,
of Mice.
That's
Mike-
not even
Mike-
compliment.
Let's put that up on
Mikey,
screen. Hashtag Brenna's small box. Thank you, Tons. That'll make it.
Alright,
That'll be
so-
our next emote.
Mikey, so as you've derailed intros already, would you like to continue and try and salvage this pile of crap?
I was doing just fine, but then someone had to complain about her box size, so I had to stop what I was doing and right the ship.
Oh,
Look.
God.
I am Mikey Famine. I'm wearing
I want the best out of my box.
the most enjoyment. The most.
I just want my box to
pleasure.
function properly.
I mean, it should be as useful as it is. Oh, I almost got myself in trouble. Okay.
Yeah, me too.
After the show, Patreon only.
Patreon
all of
only,
our
that's what
jokes
we talk-
about.
We talk about my box.
We just make all the jokes about it. I'm wearing my very exclusive Lupe Fiasco t-shirt, which I got because I spent extra money to watch his concert, his COVID concert, which was all at home. And you got like a premium little streaming John. It's cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
But I'm also joined here by the boxed one, Brenna.
Boxy.
Boxy. Yeah, that's instead of boasty, you're boxy.
Oh, God.
Changes the song
Please
now.
help.
Boxy. Did a little injured shoulder joint.
Yeah.
Hi, Brenna.
Hi.
What's up?
Well, last week I got the screw for my implant. Yeah, that was not a fun experience. Let me tell you. First off, it was 2 hours before I got into the actual dentist side. And then for about 45 minutes or so, I was just sitting in what looked like one of those like orthodontics chairs where they do the braces,
Yeah.
because it has the rubber band things.
Oh, okay.
And so for about 45 minutes, I was sitting there, and then they moved me to another room, which was the kids' room, because they had, I kid you not, they had Finding Nemo, / Finding Dory stickers on the wall, and I'm like, this is
great.
way too on the nose.
This is
Way
perfect.
too on the nose.
Who
for
doesn't
this.
like Dory? She's hilarious.
Finding Nemo? Part of it was in the dentist's office.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you like what you like. If I had a dentist
spoiler
office,
alert.
So
if I had a
like,
dentist office, it'd be all Star Wars.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny. So they threw me in this like kids room. The
Prove you?
yeah, no, it gets worse. It gets worse.
Oh, Jesus.
So then I've got the nurses there, and they're setting all up. They've got the table and everything. They're calming me down. They're asking me how you feel, kind of stuff like that. And the implant specialist is there. He comes in, he takes out the local anesthetic needle, that big giant thing with the metal, plunger, stuff like that. He goes like 4 places, and then immediately takes out the drill and starts drilling into
Whoa.
my bone. And I'm like I want to scream really
This
hard, but he's got a drill in my face, and
You
he
don't want
didn't
to
even
anger him.
wait. He didn't even
this
wait for the anesthetic to kick
this
in.
this sounds like something you pay for in Soho.
It is. It was fairly like I could take a little pain. I'm an adult. I can take some pain.
Whoa.
But
Calm
this thing, he's
down.
like drilling it, and then put the screw in, sewed it up, and then left.
Did he have like a black latex apron on?
It was the exact.
Did he have one of those
it
plague masks? Like
I
a long bird?
guarantee it was Zartan's doctor. Same guy.
Same guy.
He gets about. He gets about.
You know, that guy's got more jobs than Jamaican. I tell you.
So he leaves. I'm there sitting there. You've got the nurses who are gauze and
Mopping you
asking
up.
how I feel, blah blah blah.
When he left, was he smoking?
Pretty much, I believe so.
That's
he
why
left
he
her
left her smoking too.
Like just left the room. So then the nurses, they finish up and then they leave.
We have a.
And then I'm sitting there going like, what the hell do? And they're like, yeah, we're gonna you need to take X-rays to make sure it all the screw went in and fine like that.
Real quick,
Like,
we have a
okay.
comment in the chat. It said, I heard my doctor started a dental practice in California, and that's from Bob Sharton.
That's not a
Bob.
word.
Oh.
Boob.
Um,
And happy birthday to Val. Happy
Yay!
birthday.
Val.
Let me quickly finish my story. It's so I'm sitting there. I was told that they're going to do like an X-ray, so I'm sitting there waiting.
Taking your clothes off.
And then
in the Finding Nemo room.
Okay, yeah. So then I get a nurse and she goes, did anyone tell you what you're supposed to do? I go, no. I have like my mouth is bleeding and drooling and swelling up, and I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Someone
and
help
then
me.
no, guys, this gets worse. This gets worse. It was lunchtime at the dentist's office.
No.
And everything shuts down.
They left?
So the only person there to do the X-rays was the financial lady, the one that does all the the transactions and the financing.
They got old bookie to get you.
So she brings me and she's like, yeah, I actually trained as a dental hygienist, and so she was able to do she was doing the X-rays. It's just one X-ray. Right. Well, first I'm bleeding. It's sore. I can barely open my mouth. So she puts the little thing, the little X-ray thing to bite down to, so she could take the X-ray. Well, it wasn't far back enough because it's my back molar. So I had to do it again.
And the bite hurts.
So I'm like, and I don't have like very. I'm like half my face is numb and burning and all that stuff, and so she has to do it. And I'm like, and then because everybody's gone, she's like, she got my next appointment down, and she's like, oh yeah, by the way, before I'm walking out, oh yeah, by the way, stay away from hot foods, and I was like that's all you're gonna tell me when I'm leaving? Like the last time when I got the tooth extracted, they gave me a whole packet and a whole bag of things.
Instructions.
Yeah, instructions. They gave me a little ice pack. They got me extra gauze so that I could change it until I stopped bleeding and crap like that. I'm like, I had the most miserable day, and I'm still. It's almost been a week, and I'm still in pain. Like this is horrendous. So, that was last week.
I hate getting dental work. It's the worst.
Why do you think I have dental work now? Because I've been avoiding it for too long. I hate it. It's awful. Not to mention the moving my tongue in front of my throat. I'm like,
You
died.
doing like a Jabba the Hutt impression.
Oh, that gurgle was so gross. That gurgle was so unnecessary when
All right.
she strangled him. All right, Wayne,
All
what's
I'm
up
here.
with you?
I'm here too.
Hey, you.
No, you're not.
Hello.
Who the hell are
Hello,
you?
everybody.
Who invited you?
How'd you get in here?
Sorry, I've just been parenting and working and whatnot. I don't have an eventful report to top what Brenna's been through in the last week. I've just been again trying to save the planet in my little sports van, and yeah, it's been quite a standard week. Apart from the politics over here, because there's been a few little bits and pieces that have happened with regarding our favourite blonde-haired buffoon,
Trump?
who.
No, do it. Come on. You know how much I love your Boris Johnson impression.
Hello, folks. There was no parties, and if there was a party, I wasn't there, and my my associates didn't see Carpe Diem. There was a party, but it was a work event, and yes, I got fined. There you go.
Thank you.
That
Thank you.
basically sums up the week's news of British politics.
That's the way it should be delivered, though. Like,
Yeah. No, I've got a few articles. If we get to touch on that later, I've got a few articles that I want to highlight the embarrassment that is our current parliamentary system and government, and how hypocritical every single member of the cabinet is, and especially Boris Johnson. So we'll touch on that later because we've got some very much bigger fish to fry today, I think.
And in that same vein, this in from Bob Jartan. Heard my doctor open a barber shop in Essex.
Did he now?
This doctor gets around.
He gets
Like,
around,
this is a
man.
busy guy.
He does a lot of stuff for a lot of people all the time.
Yeah.
What are we drinking? I'm just having a Monster. I've been a sleepy boy lately. I've been sleeping like 9 hours, which is rare for me.
I'll give you a pound if you can guess what I'm drinking.
Shiraz.
Oh, damn it.
1 pound,
I
please.
take Venmo.
I'll send it over at
What's
the
pound to
current
$1?
at the current
exchange rate.
current
Yes.
exchange rate. You owe me money.
Right, that's a raw deal.
Gotcha.
How much is let me see.
I'm
I think
drinking
I think it's
everybody's favorite.
$1.27 for a pound.
I'm drinking everybody's favorite, the LaCroix key lime. Actually, like
No.
I love key lime. This is a good one.
You ain't
See
been
if
on the
Wayne's
tea
got
for a
it.
little bit.
Ooh, it's getting better for you, Wayne.
It's hard to do hot water right now.
Is it £1.27?
125.
5. All right, I'll take that. It was £1.27 a couple of days ago, I think.
Yep, it was just spiked a few days back. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you're
well,
bang on.
We're all having problems with our economies now. Isn't that great?
Yeah, innit?
We don't have no
Fantastic.
problems.
Because
All right.
what happens when economies tank? Nothing. Everyone just carries on and has a lovely time. Starts knitting each other jumpers and shit.
Which beautiful thing? Let's go with the
Yeah, let's start with.
Speaking of babies.
Oh, look at it.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
it hurts. The segue hurts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try my button on my Stream Deck. I'm not gonna go through Streamlabs and push all this stuff. I'm just gonna.
Here we go.
Damn it!
Oh no!
Damn it! Let me click. God damn it!
Mikey's broken something.
It didn't work. It was supposed to be one button, and then it would transition like schma.
I'm sorry.
But y'all like how that looks? Here are the 9 Republicans who voted against a bill to help poor families buy baby formula amid the ongoing shortage. Now, I don't know if anybody's aware there was this whole thing called COVID-19, and it fucked up the entire earth. And there's been a lot of industries where certain things have been they've been running short, and they're having problem getting workers in, and factories are shutting down and then opening and then shutting because they just can't keep people there, and the people that are there can't stay healthy. It's a twofold problem. So it's been hard for parents to get formula because those same problems that are happening for everybody buying toilet paper are happening for formula too. And it's the prices are going up. You have to go through third party vendors. You have to go online and go on Facebook and go through all this shit to
Mhm.
feed an infant. And I don't know if you guys like kids or anything like that, but you kind of want them fed. Wayne, I know you've been feeding your children. They keep
Yeah,
growing
they're
like
not. You weren't supposed
weeds.
to do that.
We
That was the
Yeah.
problem.
we specifically said don't feed them.
I would just like to take my hat off to the branding person who's in charge of that product on our screen. Similac. They've
Mm,
taken the word simulation and lactation and smushed them together.
They've
yeah,
done it.
It's just
yeah. They,
genius.
Similac.
we got them.
Genius.
And let
So
me say, oh,
a couple of things about this formula stuff because I've been watching the news like nonstop for 3 days,
right.
um, and there's a few things that are going into this um, shortage right now. First off, we in the United States only have 4 factories that are approved to make baby formula.
For the
Four,
whole country.
Hmm.
four.
Wow.
And I say prove they are FDA approved. Now, obviously, people can make them, but they're not going to be FDA approved.
Right.
Which means that a few things, if they're not FDA approved, which means they're not under uh, government subsidies. So, like
Mm-hmm.
for the WIC, which is Women, Infant, Children, it's a welfare program devoted for children, and
Their mamas.
one of the things that they get is formula. They get baby food, they get diapers, wipes, any of over the counter medications. So those are on the WIC, and um, not all not all formula is under WIC, so
Right.
that shorts it because only allowed to get a certain amount. One of the 4 factories, um, ended up having got investigated for contaminated formula,
Yeah, there was a
which
recall.
means their factories get shut down and there's a recall. And when there's a recall, there's all and in this case there was no backup plan
Yeah.
to get out. And then of course we have factory working problems, supplies, getting the raw materials as well as getting the distribution. And so this is a huge issue. Um, and there are a few things that are in the works right now. Um, First off, um, they voted on getting importing of baby form approved, safe formula from other countries because other countries produce their own formulas, and I'm assuming, Wayne, I'm assuming from what I have seen in your country, there is safe formula.
Yeah.
Um, there, uh,
Tastes
and
terrible.
well, you have to mix it correctly.
I make it Irish.
Just little, little Bailey's in there doesn't hurt anybody, right?
Just put a little Shiraz on it. You'll be all right.
A little
little-
Fine.
floater.
little
You're
Shiraz
fine.
goes a long way.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Put it in your ice cream. No.
Make a
please don't.
malt. Ooh.
And then also, so we have this like Emergency Defense Act, which allows so it prioritizes getting the materials to the factories. So we'll be able to be the first. The factories will get like the dairy, the vitamins and minerals that they have, and any of the specialized if they need the soy based or the other types of plant based ones.
Yeah, that's what I heard today, that Joe Biden has approved flights of importing of the raw materials um, from everywhere overseas to work out this shortfall in formula. But
Yeah.
how did this come about? Because that's what no one's really explained. It's just all of a sudden there's no formula in America. Like, what has brought that on? Like, what are the
So a few things that we did talk about was that first off, there's a limited number of factories that make this, so they can only go so fast. They can
yeah
only receive so much material. They can only process that material
yeah? But
so
wasn't it?
much.
It was always thus. So there's got to be some external factor that's.
So one of it is the contaminated
Hmm,
formula that got recalled. So that, and there was no replacement for that. So it was recalled but never replaced. So a whole bunch of, and because we only have four, that means not only do you have one factory's um, formula recalled, contaminated, you also have to shut that down. So now
hmm,
we only have three. I even think that another one was shut down. So we didn't, the factories that were making them, there wasn't enough being produced.
hmm,
And as Mikey did say that getting the materials because of supply chain, because of importing, because of shipping, um, that reduced the way the
yeah.
production of it. People, the factory workers, were also reduced due to um, layoffs, due to health concerns, due to maintaining unemployment. There's that as well, and then so that slows down production as well. So, and then finally the distribution of that, again, the same thing with the raw materials, is now you have to distribute them, and that's also reduces um, how getting those to that. Plus, there's also specialized formula.
Yep.
And specialized formula, you can't really produce specialized formula at high volumes. So if a child needs a specialized formula, and they're not producing it at high rates as the regular formula, you can the being able to get that replenished is reduced as well. And this has caused some problems, not just with getting the formula but also using the formula. So um, we're seeing watering down
Yep.
of
Hmm.
the formula, which is not good.
No.
Not good. It's specially designed specifically for that consistency. We are seeing using a different formula, which in normal, regular, it might cause diarrhea, maybe uncomfortable, but should be okay in most cases. But the specialized formula, you can't just switch a baby off of it.
Right.
Um,
Hmm.
there are allergies. There are
Yep.
children now. There are babies in the hospital. There are babies getting surgery because they had an allergic reaction because they can't. They can't. Some can't do dairy. Some can't do soy. Some can't do the oatmeal or whatever they're
Yep.
so you're seeing babies getting hospitalized and surgery. Babies.
Hmm.
There's also this weird, horrible trend that went around. Somebody posted a photo of 1960s home formula recipe,
Oh God.
Oh Jesus.
which
Oh,
is like, it's like Caro syrup, um,
No.
do you,
and
do you know
and
what?
like and like um, condensed milk. No nutritional
I'm
value.
about to say that's not gonna
You,
do
It's pure
anything.
sugar.
you
It's pure
do
sugar.
you know who I'm surprised has not cashed in on this?
Martha
Ladies and
Stewart.
gentlemen, Baby Force Extreme Plus.
Oh my God. Just give your baby some super male vitality in a blender for 45 seconds.
Exactly. It's healthy
Baby
You'll have
Love
the,
consequence. They
Vitality.
get
you'll
all
have
the
the
vitamins they need.
you'll have the smartest baby with the biggest testicles you ever seen, boy or girl.
And then what else is happening as well? So we have these homemade formula. Don't do it. We also have this, of course, like this right wing um move to go like just breastfeed.
Mm.
And
That's how it works.
like
No, that's a thing to
no.
pressurize. That's not a right wing thing. That's just a traditionalist thing because we had the same thing when with our eldest.
Mm-hmm.
She was on formula. Our youngest is on the teat.
Right.
Can't get her off of the teat.
I won't Betty.
Fine.
But yeah, bitty. I want bitty.
Creepiest thing I've ever seen. And Wayne made me watch it. It was awful.
Now,
I hated it.
And then so Wayne, this is there's a big difference between most developed countries and us underdeveloped country.
I know.
We
I know. I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
we don't give parental leave as extensive
I still
as
can't believe
most
that.
other countries. Like the most I think I've ever heard anybody actually getting like maternal or paternal leave was like I think like 10 weeks was the most, but it's not that. It's usually like 6 weeks.
Can
And
I
then
tell you something that will blow
booted
your
over
mind?
and then absolutely no time to pump, to feed.
Yeah,
You have to
100%.
move to the formula as quickly as possible.
I'm gonna tell you a little fact about Britain that will blow Americans' minds. Now, we have a policy of 9 months um maternity leave, right? But here's the clinch. You can share that as paternity leave. So I could take a couple of months off and then Kerry could have 7 months off, or we could just split it half and half or mix it up. And that's completely viable and legal over here. Denmark, on the other hand, is completely different. They share parenting half and half, 50-50. Everything is 50-50 in Denmark. And again, they get paid childcare. We get paid childcare over here from the age of 2. So when this is not me sort of like trying to take a swipe at
I know.
America.
Yes, it is.
It amazes me that it still is the fact that you don't have paternity leave, you don't have paid holiday, um, you don't have sick pay, everything like dental, medical is all a benefit of a job. It's not just the baseline. There's no baseline for you guys. The baseline is you exist. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else is a bonus.
So okay. See if I can get some information on this, but there's if you look at let's see if this shows it.
My Stream Deck's not working. I keep pushing the button and nothing happens. I'm very sad about this.
So, infant mortality rate amongst between the European countries and America is staggering. Like there is a huge difference between
Message from chat here, and Europe is better. Fact from this Bob Kajaraton.
Okay. This guy, can we get rid of this guy?
Kajartan.
I like him. I think I'm gonna mod him. This shit sounds fun. All the trolls in the chat are just gonna get modded from now on. Now what, Sunshine? Stage is yours.
Look at him wielding his green sword. Sorry, his white sword on a green background.
So,
fake news.
Infant mortality rate per 1,000 live births in the UK is 4.3 versus the United States 6.5, which means almost 2 babies survive longer in the United Kingdom than the United States. So per 1,000, the 2 babies die more than just the UK. Let's see, Sweden is 2.6 per 1,000.
Sweden's kicking our ass.
There's a huge reason why, because of what most of these European countries, because they give a chance to feed the child correctly, to get those natural immunities from the mother,
That's
being able to
sweet
get
immunity.
the development, being able to get their mental development in early and for longer periods of time. Um, it is sickening that we are currently going through a forced birth situation.
I was going to say, can we
and
segue?
and a baby formula shortage with no with taking away welfare, the WIC, taking away or limiting what you can get with it. No, maternity leave or limited
Shocking.
maternity leave.
Shocking.
Childcare, nah.
Childcare is a mortgage.
Yeah, it's expensive. Children are expensive.
And
And
me and Kristen
you're
looked it up.
telling
Me and Kristen looked it up for our area. It's $1,300 a month.
So you have to weigh that against one of you not going to work,
Right.
or working part-time, and what that changes. And so not only are we're having this formula shortage, but we're also demeaning women as part of society because of it. Because now it's like, oh yeah, by the way, you have to, so in order to you have to give birth, there's nobody to help you, so you have your option of, hey, well, there's always adoption. Well, nobody breastfeeds adopted children. What do? You give them formula. There's no formula.
Well,
Yeah, or
you
back
should.
in the day, you had wet nurses.
Well, look,
Yeah.
you should have thought about that before you had a kid. You should have thought that there's going to be a fucking formula shortage when I have this kid. So
How did you not predict that? God,
Yeah.
what's wrong with you?
It's because we have so much to produce with 4 factories to do it.
Yeah.
So then if you lose a factory, because like, and the thing about recalls that Brenna kind of left out was that shit is dumped.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it is
it
gone
You
off
can't.
the face
It's
of the
contaminated.
planet.
Yeah.
It is gone forever because the liability, if somebody fucking, like if somebody loses a glove, like a plastic glove or something, and it goes through the line and it gets put into like 50 different bottles, you have no idea of knowing which fucking canisters it went into. So you got to dump all of them.
It's not only that, Mikey. The severity of the keeping the formula uncontaminated. Even like with our eldest, we used to get these pre-made formulas that were like a little bottle. You just whip the lid off and put a little teat on it and put it in, like just kind of like an emergency thing. And if she doesn't take it and it's left for a certain period of time, that's gone.
Yeah.
It's got no shelf life whatsoever because of the nature of what you're doing. You're feeding an infant. So that's the reason why they dump it. If there's any contaminant, just see you later.
No.
Even if you open it for too long, it's not like leaving a glass of water on the side for a couple of hours and you come back and go bosh.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that with formula.
Yeah.
It's just too risky. So and again, not to sort of have a dig at capitalism, but I'm going to have a dig at capitalism.
No,
the
fuck
margins
capitalism.
the margins are so tight with regards to this particular product that they produce it in such a way where it's just like churn it out, massively profitize on it. But if there's the slightest problem, they've got that much fallback that they can just dump it. It don't matter. We can just dump it. We just churn out another batch.
Yeah.
It's
And then the kids will just wait until the next batch comes out in the next couple days.
They just have to wait.
Just wait. Just wait a couple days.
I mean,
could you? They're like Oliver Twist. Please, sir. Can I have some more?
Exactly.
More?
No, you're only allowed 2. You only have 2.
Two bowls of gruel a day.
You can only get Yeah, I mean, could you imagine
Most selfish
as
young
a
child I've
parent?
ever seen.
So Wayne, you're a parent. Mikey, one day you will become one. Could you imagine? This is the thing. You can't feed your children. You cannot get their food, but you can eat.
Well,
You can't get. So what do you do? Well, you're gonna figure out the fastest way of pouring food down their throat. You're going to probably get it from overseas, which again, like it might be okay. It's not FDA approved, so
Right.
you don't know. It's expensive.
as I said to you earlier, I've got my protein shakes in there. She's getting on them.
Yeah.
She's gonna be jacked by the
Yeah,
time she's
you
3.
know what? She's gonna be ready for wrestling easily.
Yeah, she can be the ring.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
She'll be the entire ring. They can just
Well, I
wrestle
mean,
on her back muscles.
She eats forks for snacks. I mean,
Oh yeah, that was just like a I don't know, beef jerky for her.
We go
Yeah,
through.
just
Just
We
a
go through
stainless
more.
steel fork.
Since she got those teeth, we go through more silverware. I tell you,
yeah.
our flatware drawer is just barren.
Anyway,
Yeah,
let's
now you
end
can galvanize
this
steel.
conversation. Let's end this conversation by saying how many Republicans voted to allow the production the emergency production and import of
Oh,
formula, baby formula. How many
huzzah.
Republicans voted for it?
Good
9
question.
voted against it.
I
Because
thought, yeah,
what?
I thought no Republican voted for it. Is that a different? Was that a different vote?
Maybe. 9
I don't
Republicans
know.
voted against a bill that would help poor families buy baby formula. This bill is a measure that expands on a federal program to help low-income women and children. The WIC thing. And oh, by the way, if you guys ever worked retail and you had to deal with WIC checks, and you haven't been there in a while, WIC checks are gone. They
Yeah.
get it. They get a card now, so they can just
Yeah.
swipe their card. It keeps track of all their benefits. There's an app that goes with their phone. It's so nice for them now. It's awesome. Separately, 192 Republicans voted no on a bill to staff up the FDA to help manage formula supply.
Hang on a minute. So you say 192 Republicans rejected a bill that would help babies when they get here.
To bring in the formula, to
So
manage the formula, to distribute the formula to babies.
So what do Republicans say about babies that are not here? Segue.
We don't have that article.
No, there's way more to talk about than just.
No one knows what you're talking about.
I was trying to tee it up, man. Come on.
Tee it up. So what?
Not working. Not working out.
Here.
So
let's lighten it up, shall we?
Yeah, let's do something.
Your favorite doctor, America's doctor, Dr. Oz, is running for fucking Senate in Pennsylvania.
No,
and guess what?
Not even
it's
that.
Neck and neck.
Not even that. He could actually win it. He could actually win the primary.
It's within that 0.5 margin of error, whatever. So they're doing like a hand count. So from what I'm being told, I was talking to Jackson White yesterday from TYT. Shout out to those guys. Small growing channel if you guys want to support it.
yeah, I've not TYT. What is that, Precious?
It's a spin on that PYT song by Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay.
It's Twitter Young Thing. That's the name of their group.
Oh my God! Really?
Oh,
really? We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Twitter Young
No.
Thing.
I'm out.
Come back. But yeah,
when
Dr. Oz,
when Mikey Famine starts doing bits, you know we're done.
it's
Yeah,
a bad day.
We're good. Thanks.
I'm not even
Thanks a
drunk
lot.
yet.
Yet.
Not yet. So yeah, they're gonna hand count this vote. It's very, very close. So we were talking about this yesterday on Dig on America. Shout out to them. And I went to Dr. Oz's website. Let me pull this up on the screen for you guys.
He looks like he's farting in that picture.
He definitely is farting.
He's kind of flirty.
Little squeaker.
He's giving a little. He's kind of trying to flirt. Like, yeah, baby.
But
Like
his eye,
you know who I am.
but he's kind of doing like the Forrest Whitaker thing with one eye. You kind of like, oh,
The old lop eye.
is that like that? So this is his fucking amazing one. Look, endorsed by Trump.
Yeah.
As they Photoshop them in a photo together.
Yeah.
It's
not
so
even good.
like everywhere you look, it's just bad. So I was like looking at what his response to COVID-19 was, right? Because he's running as a right winger. Let's see what he has to say
And
about
he's
COVID.
supposedly a doctor.
Yeah. So here we go.
Supposedly.
Oh, I have
Doctor
to
his
zoom
name.
in quite a bit here.
Yeah.
Very tiny. Okay. Dr. Oz is a world-class heart surgeon who holds numerous patents and has written hundreds of original peer-reviewed publications. He knows the truth, the data, and the science about combating COVID and understands how it really affects you and your family. While elites with yards...
What?
Elites with yards tell you those without yards to stay inside where the virus was waiting and mask up. Dr. Oz has been putting his expertise to work on behalf of us. Dr. Oz is opposed to prolonged business shutdowns, and he believes it is critical to keep our children in school because the science overwhelmingly supports it.
Oh, God.
I just had to quickly get a map up of America to see where Pennsylvania was because I weren't 100% sure. But it's up there in the northeast. I would have thought that would have been quite blue state.
Yeah, Pennsylvania is like one of the oldest states.
Well, this is the primary, and
Yes.
Each party in most states, not in my state, which is a little different. You run for each of the political parties, and then you face off in the general election. So he is running for the Republican nomination. And then they already have the Democratic nomination. I hate that they were chosen, or they were
Candidate.
elected. A candidate is better, but it's considered a nomination. It's weird. But this is really interesting. The Democratic nominee just had a heart attack.
Yes,
but
he got his results in the hospital.
Yeah, he's doing fine. He's out already. He had a little surgery and stuff like that. But it's like, oh my God, what is happening in Pennsylvania? Like,
it's stressful out there.
This is a key electoral state. Like, this is huge. This is one of those swing states that we need to go to the correct side. And the governor of that, or the senator would represent a large portion of working class individuals. So so we need to make sure that it's not Dr. Oz. I'm just
a comment from chat here.
Who?
This Bob.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's giving you the all right tilt that you give your friend after a breakup. I think that's right. You all right, hun?
Oh, everything's okay over there.
So I hope this didn't get lost on you guys while I was reading that. In here it says, while elites with yards. So if you have a yard, you're a fucking elitist. And I'm sick of you fuckers with your grass.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're in Arizona, your little pebble lava rock joint you got floating out there.
Or your gardeners.
You fucking gardener having sons of bitches. You are so... While elites with yards tell those without yards.
I'm sorry, you guys.
Man, the everyman.
I have a yard.
Oh, of course you do. In
really?
liberal California.
I have a yard.
Taking all the hard-working man's yards.
We thought you were just piping in them sound effects of the leaf blower and the lawnmower.
I just want to tell you guys, I just feel better than everybody here.
That's what made me feel better than everyone, was the fact that I had to cut the grass.
Brenner sitting in smug towers over there.
So the the Brennas of the world tell the Us's of the world. Brenna is telling us to stay inside.
Yeah.
Parenthetically, where the virus was waiting. What
Mhm.
the fuck, doctor, are you? Where that's
Like,
a sentence
is
that
it-
comes out.
Is it
Is it under the couch and then like your ankle is like dangling and then it goes and it just grabs you?
No. I'll tell you where it's waiting. It's waiting on the Billy D. Williams side of the pillow. You flip that thing over, boom.
Boom,
Yeah,
COVID.
you're right.
Oh,
in,
I got you.
right in your in your face.
Colt 45 works
How
every
the hell
time.
does this, like, whomever has gotten surgery from this dude needs to sue?
Apparently, a friend of the show.
Jartan.
Friend, is this the doctor?
Is this the doctor? Did we solve
Is this your
the
dentist?
problem?
Is this your dentist? Did he look like this? Wait, put a mask on him.
No, I don't know. He had a mask on.
Wow. We've solved it. We're like the Scooby Gang.
So, a friend of the show
We
and
got
part of the network, Irish Swede, he vouches for Dr. Oz as a surgeon. And when Swede had his type 1 ascending aortic dissection, he's one of the handful of people in the country that would have been able to work on him.
Yeah.
So he's quite the surgeon.
Yeah.
But my man's website is fucking dog shit. And I'm
Okay.
about to ride the shit out of this fucking website.
Two words for you.
This is literally the tip of the iceberg. I'm just warming you guys up for the good jokes.
Okay.
Two words for you. I got to mute.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'll do this real quick. So Dr. Oz has been putting his expertise to work on behalf of, I think it's because he's muted. Oh, Lord, that's a terrible sound. There we go. Can I still? It's not going through. Okay, good. On behalf of Dr. Oz, like, his expertise as a surgeon is going to lead us to what? To what are you going to surgeon us with?
I don't want somebody just randomly doing surgery on me.
He just walks around with a scalpel, like, "Hey, I'm here to help the community." Like,
you have those tweezers and then the scalpel, and so you just you cut and pull at the same time. Like, that's just rip it open.
So,
and just explore.
So, Brenna, you're an elite.
Yes, I am. I have a yard.
This is his merch shit, right? You can buy all of his shit. You can buy some koozies for $15.
Uh-huh.
Can you tell me what this is?
Oh,
let me zoom in.
Dr. Oz for Senate yard sign.
He's
24.
He's fucking pandering to the fucking elites. He just said those fucking elites were the ones who were going to just sit there and rule on us from on high. And here he is for $20. He's taking their fucking money. Funded by elites, Dr. Oz. Funded by elites.
See, it's like he said one thing he says is that I'm only here for the working people, working class people, and then out of the other side he's like, you elite people, give me your money.
I need your elite $20.
I need your elite money.
He needs it. Dr. Oz might this from Jartan. Dr. Oz might be a great surgeon, but that doesn't give you carte blanche on everything. Like when a certain psychology professor went on a rant about climate change. Yeah. Stick to the river. In the words of TLC, stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. Don't go chasing waterfalls. In other news, fuck Dr. Oz.
Yeah, I hope he loses. One of the reasons why is because he is the Trump endorsed candidate, and the more we see Trumpism sort of fail, the more we get to not have Trump around, and the more people realize how toxic his endorsement is, and his, we got to get away from that. Speaking of Trumpism,
sorry about that.
She's probably looking for more forks to eat. Daddy, can I have a midnight snack? Give me the knife block.
She's trolling for silverware.
Do you have a spatula?
Where them steak knives?
Daddy, I want a spatula for my birthday.
No. I want a 10mm spanner.
Hey, speaking of birthdays,
We already said happy birthday.
Oh,
we have to. We were asked to sing it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Val. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Val. Happy birthday to you. Hi, Val. Happy birthday.
Already in there. Little trill.
Get trashed, honey. Get trashed.
Yeah. And I told Jartan to buy you some Prosecco.
Oh, for God's sake. He'll turn up with just some ham.
That's prosciutto, you idiot. Prosciutto.
She's expecting a lovely, refreshing drink. He turns up with a bit of pork.
And then he puts it in a glass, like,
with some squirty foam.
He just brings it in at a tray. For you, my love.
Uh-oh. You're going to get a video of Mikey.
He's running a nice bath. He was going to put some rose petals on there. He didn't have any rose petals, so he used chopped onions.
He just used leaves from outside. Pine needles.
They're the ones he pulled out of the car that he parked in the tree.
It was in the boot.
Before we go off the rails again, speaking of Sweden, and going off the rails now. Just kidding. Congratulations to Sweden and Finland for putting in their application to NATO.
One of us.
So this is big because this strengthens NATO. It strengthens the view of NATO, which means those who are against NATO. Putin.
So you got a terrible cough there. You need to check that out.
Look. I've been on antibiotics. It's been awful. And so those who oppose NATO are now seeing that it's actually getting stronger, and it's a slap in the face of all those who oppose NATO. Putin. Oh, God.
Oh, okay. Brennan, you really want to get that checked out, or you might die.
Anyway, congratulations to Sweden and Finland. I hope it goes well for you guys. That the negotiations really get solid. But President Biden did his whole welcome.
The only issue with that is we've got to deal with Viktor Orban and your man from Turkey.
Yeah.
Erdogan.
There is that. Erdogan from Turkey. That's going to be.
Yeah, because they're like that.
Yeah.
With a certain person.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just simulating what it's like to play snooker inverted.
I can't do this anymore. This is getting out of hand.
If you used to do a headstand and try and play snooker, this is what it would look like. What? Have I?
Okay.
I've just turned all John Travolta meme.
Okay. But yeah, so we'll find when the news comes out more about what's going on with this, we'll be able to talk about it. But I'm just really happy that we were able to.
Right.
The process is starting. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Who is that guy?
I think that's that Bob fella.
I don't. That's not that. That guy's good looking.
Sorry, I just sicked up a poo.
Okay.
Have we got any audio? Has he still got a fag on the go? Seriously, has he got a cigarette in his hand? All right, this is getting creepy.
Oh.
All right, Val, calm down. It's your birthday.
Need it. That's awesome.
Well, happy birthday, Val.
Yeah, that's great. I hope you enjoy
And
it.
well done, Jartan, for actually splashing out to get the good stuff, not the prosecco.
That. All right. What else is on the docket for today? Because nothing is.
Yeah, I was
happened.
thinking we need to go deep diving on what's the big news in America this week, and I think we really need to discuss this and get it down into the weeds. Mikey,
you're unable to hear you.
There we go. I'm trying to do several things at once.
No,
I know you're a producer. It's okay.
I forgot to push the button. They didn't hear it out there, so I got to play it one more time.
Okay. We can hear. We can.
You guys could hear it, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
We could hear it.
I could hear it.
All right, here you go, Jartan. Yeah.
Filmare? Oh. Mikey, she's not getting Prosecco, she's getting the good stuff. It's champagne.
What did you say?
It's champagne.
What was in it?
Champagne.
It wasn't Prosecco.
It's not Prosecco.
No.
It's not Prosecco. It's a champagne.
So it's not a birthday thing.
It's the good stuff.
No, but I need Prosecco.
No, you don't.
I need it.
You need champagne.
I need it.
You need champagne.
I don't need pom pom.
Champagne.
I need Prosecco. I need it.
Filmare?
There you go, guys.
Can I just say, can you remember the state we found Jartan in? Crawling around the internet in his dirty kilt and a vest. And now look what we turned him into.
What can we say other than the TheBinPodcast? We changed lives for the better.
Yeah, we've turned him into his ultimate form.
You haven't seen my final form.
And we're very happy that Val is part of his life because she is definitely turned into a beautiful human, and she is incredible and lovely and intelligent and.
We got our friend back.
We welcome her to the Bin family.
Oh yeah,
with open arms.
She is one of
an
us.
integral part.
Yes. Yes, she is.
Manager of Prosecco.
Yeah. Happy birthday again, Val.
Yes.
You're finally 25.
Yeah. Just like me.
Come on now. So.
Dog hair in your throat there, Brenna.
Here we go.
No.
Yep, here we are. So if you guys are criminally unaware, there was another mass shooting in the States. And let me check. I had it pulled up here.
No. Multiple.
Let's see, which number was that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm up to 10. It's up to 9 pages on the database for mass shootings.
Let's just talk about the weekend's mass shootings. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
What's the date?
So Friday was the 13th. Friday the 13th. Saturday 14th. Sunday is the 15th. So let's go for those ones.
I just googled this in the UK and there's no pages.
There's nine mass shootings since.
So what?
Friday.
So remember what constitutes a mass shooting? So
multiple
that
more than 4.
Yeah. Is it 4? Is it 4 or 3?
I think it's 4.
It's 3 or 4.
Yeah, something like that. So, and it casualties. So people hospitalized or killed during the shooting. So, mass shooting. So that's what constitutes a mass shooting. What did you say for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
There was 9.
9. Okay.
9 since Friday.
Yeah. That's just that we're just talking about 3 days there.
Yep.
That's an average of 3 a day. Everybody, just letting you guys know. Okay.
And people wonder, why do I have a gun? Well,
Yeah. Because everybody else does.
Yeah.
thanks for gifting us up.
Sorry to sort of like make it really puerile. It's the same argument that I have with school-run mums who drive their kids to school that live just around the corner. They say, "Well, there's too many kids. Too many kids. Too many cars on the road. So I have to drive my kid to school, keep them safe."
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, but I don't plan on. That would work if I needed a gun to get to school, but I don't.
Yeah.
So I'm not driving the gun.
No.
To school, so
What I'm saying,
it's
it's
You
a
just
self-fulfilling
hold it.
I have to take it to school with me and,
Yeah,
and
you
park
you
it in
just-
the bike
just-
lock, the bike rack outside the front.
No, but they complain about the problem that they're part of. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I'm part of that problem because I'm not a mass shooter.
Yeah, but you've still got a gun.
I'm not a shooter at all.
But you've still got a gun.
It doesn't mean
Well,
I'm a shooter.
there's a few things that are happening with these mass we're focusing on the mass shooting aspect of this. So, what we were saying. So we have, so the Friday one, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. If you want this calendar, it's at gunviolencearchive.org.
I'll put it in the chat.
Perfect. So if we're talking about Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're talking about Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which according to this, 17 people were injured. 17.
Yeah.
Which
Thanks for the biddies.
to me is quite a lot of people shot.
Mhm.
And then we have
that was outside the stadium after the Bucks lost in the playoffs. Somebody shot up the crowd.
So after sports.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Could you imagine? Okay, Wayne, could you imagine? Let's say, I don't know, Arsenal losing.
Well, I don't have to imagine it.
I was gonna say that happens a lot. It probably is not a hard stretch.
But
Yeah.
then the reaction to that would be shooting people.
Well, we over here were surprised when Liverpool won. The amount of flares that were let off in the stadium. That's kind of a European thing. And we were like, how did they get them flares into a stadium? Whereas, like in America, there's someone with a gun. Oh, that just happens.
No, it doesn't. That's a mischaracterization. This is first of all, Milwaukee is in Wisconsin, which is a red state.
Yeah.
Okay.
So their open carry is different than a lot of places that you would imagine. That's people fighting after a big crowd of people get together. People getting drunk, people getting shouted, people getting shovey, and then someone gets their feelings hurt and they go to the car and then they air out the place.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Okay.
It's not like everyone just walks around with fucking pistols on their hip like fucking the Wild Wild West. That's not.
No. But the difference is, if someone goes to the car over here, they're either going to get a bat or a knife.
Yeah.
They're not going to get a gun. They're not going to be able to, deploy a clip and take people out. Someone might swing a bat, miss, and then just get wrestled to the floor.
Yeah.
It's in America, that option is there.
Especially in these red states in which somebody's going to, especially if they're out at night.
Yeah.
they're going to be carrying around some sort of firearm versus having a knife or other means of weaponry.
Yeah.
That's kind of the weapon of choice.
Yeah, and if I'm honest, like in my opinion, it's a coward's way of doing it because it's like instead of there being like an equalizer, you're going over the top.
Yeah.
So if you bring out a knife and your opponent is just standing there with fists, you're going over the top. But to go to the extreme of a gun, that you're proper shook. You know you're getting your ass smashed in if you think you can't deal with fists. You're gonna have to get an ultimate neutralizer because you can't deal with it. And the Second Amendment, in my opinion, um, gives um, gives people that option, which should never really be.
To you.
Yeah, no, that's literally my opinion. Again,
Yeah,
I'm living in a totally foreign country to you guys, and I give you my honest opinion of what I see externally from our perspective, and I also learn so much from you guys as to what your perspective is of us over here. So I do, I do gloat about certain elements that I think is wrong that we benefit from, but there are so many things that I think that you suffer from with regards to like gun violence and anti-abortion stuff and all that, just free healthcare, all that kind of stuff that we take for granted. That is just part of your culture and anathema to your right wing culture. And I have to put that caveat in there because most progressives want to be in the same sort of camp as where we are. Whereas most right wing people are all about guns, liberty, do the fuck what you like, and fuck everyone else. And we've had that libertarian conversation over and over again with people in the early days of this show, and I just find it's hard to comprehend as someone from the UK.
Yeah, it's the outside perspective of this definitely is different than what we have internally, because what most Europeans did when they European Australia, um, what they do when there is a mass shooting at a scale like this is that they actually work on getting things better for people, where we don't. We tend to just go, there's two options here. And there's not two options. There's not the do nothing. Like we do have options in order to protect people, really creating a better environment. And we need to make sure that people who mass shoot like this actually get prosecuted for it.
Mm.
And then the next major mass shooting that happened on Saturday, Mikey, would you like to
Let's see, what was
chat
that?
about this one?
14th. Oh, you mean the one in Buffalo, where the
Oh, yeah.
little fucking neo-Nazi racist piece of shit douchebag decided to shoot up a fucking grocery store populated by black people. Why, you ask? Because he hated black people. How do I know this, you ask? Because he had a fucking 57-page manifesto that leaked online, which I have. I haven't finished reading it yet.
Yeah.
And he was a proponent of this fucking dog shit that we're gonna talk about, which is the Great Replacement theory.
Mikey, did you say 57-page manifesto?
Yep.
I believe it was 180 page.
If only there was a device to tell me. I mean, I have the PDF.
I'm pretty sure it was 180 pages because it's been covered by a lot of the progressive independent media, and they said 180 pages.
Maybe my zooming is off.
That is tons.
Oh, 77. Mine's 77.
And Anna Kasparian said she read all 180 pages on TYT. You know, that tiny little network, you know,
Mm-hmm.
sitting in our shadow. Pricks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all fucking mindless drivel. I'm not gonna bother reading it for you
Yeah.
guys.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
but
Don't.
no,
Jesus,
don't.
no.
He even has a Q&A section where he asks himself questions and answers them.
Yeah, fucking loser, bitch, fuckface.
Mm.
And you know,
Incel wanker.
it's not lost on me that surprisingly they took this guy alive.
Yeah.
Oh, what like Dylan Roof?
It's always amazing to me that they can always bring in these fucking doe-eyed assassin fucking white boy hypocritical motherfuckers. They can always bring them in alive. They never have
Mikey.
any fucking accidents from the site to the jailhouse, right? But when it comes to
Mikey.
Fred Wayne, you have to stop fucking
Sorry.
ruining my grief.
Yeah. We're
But when it comes to fucking Freddie Gray, who was doing what, loitering or something like that, and he got a fucking attitude with the cop, and they fucking handcuffed him behind his fucking back, put him in the back of the fucking paddy wagon, and drove it like a shithead until he broke his fucking spine. Fucking died in the hospital from a rough ride. And all he did was fucking piss some people off, right? Talk shit. This kid fucking murdered 10 fucking people. And they get to go in alive. Nothing fucking happens to him. They don't beat him up. They don't bruise him up. And that's the good old boy shit that I keep fucking hearing. Is that like, hey, well, if you don't want to fuck, you should just fucking comply. You should just. So what they fucking did means nothing. So if he fucking killed your fucking family, you're just gonna fucking bring him in, sit him in the back, fucking do like the fucking shithead before, get him fucking Burger King. You're gonna just treat him like a little prince. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm tired of fucking obvious murderers just walking around, just living their best life, doing their fucking thing. And what are you gonna do? Stick them in fucking jail? Or fucking let him out, say it was what, self-defense? You know, he fucking streamed the shit on Twitch.
Yeah.
And fucking shame on you to all you motherfuckers who sat there and watched that shit and didn't call fucking 911. You watched that shit.
He also streamed it on Facebook, and Facebook left it up for 12 hours.
Fuck all of you. You indecent monsters. How dare you not call the police? How dare you not do something? It's a fucking phone. Call. Are you fucking mad? And you guys sat there in his fucking chat as he opened up on people? The fuck is wrong with y'all? The fuck? I stream fucking video games. Maybe making some music from time to time. And I have to worry, I don't want to copyright infringe or something. This dude is murdering people on stream and people are watching it and not doing anything. That tells me everything I need to know about people. That there are a certain number of people on this planet who can sit there and watch a live stream of black people getting shot the fuck down and no one fucking bats an eye. Fuck that. I want to know everybody who fucking watched that stream. Twitch, you know who it is. Yeah. Tell me who it was, Twitch. And that's not all the blame that there is. There's more blame to go around. Because the same shit that he's been spouting in his fucking manifesto, one particular person has been talking about this shit for, what was it, Brenna? How many hundred?
400 episodes.
Pull that up. Go ahead, Wayne.
Right. So we're talking about a certain Fox News host. He goes by the name of Tucker Carlson. And I'd like to just read this from the Poynter Institute. Fox News host Tucker Carlson has repeatedly invoked the Great Replacement theory on his show, platforming a racist and anti-Semitic conspiracy theory that has inspired several mass shootings, including the recent attack in Buffalo, New York. A New York Times investigation identified more than 400 episodes of Carlson's show where he has pushed the core tenets of the conspiracy theory. Scroll down. Minutes after claiming he was still not sure exactly what it is, Carlson again promoted the theory, claiming that Democrats were conspiring to transform the electorate. And for those that don't know, the Great Replacement theory is that Democrats or left-leaning politicians are trying to encourage immigration from undesirable places, in their opinion, because that would then mean they're promoting um, their votership to go up in the sense of we'll let you in, but you must vote for us.
Right.
And they're kind of fear mongering that the Great Replacement theory is saying we're going to bring brown folk in, and you're gone because we want power, and that's the only way we can get power. But as Republicans, we must stand strong and vote against anything that is um, remotely liberal when it comes to immigration. So this is where it starts from. Now, Tucker Carlson has got one of the biggest platforms in America and globally, because I know that he gets picked up over here and all over Europe by right-wing people.
He has a highly
And
popular show. Like,
yeah,
it's
massively
massive
popular show.
popular.
But what's going on is he's sitting there doing plausible deniability stuff. He's promoting this theory, and then when something comes of this theory, he turns around and says, "Well, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't." But you did say that. It's on record.
Here's
We
the
can go
here's the
back and
quote.
pull the clips.
Here's the quote. I'm not going to play the clip, but they
No,
have
no,
a
no,
they have,
no, no.
they have a they have a transcript of it right here. It says the
Thank you.
Democrat. This is what he says. The Democratic Party has decided that rather than convince you, people who are born here, that their policies are helping you and making the country better and stronger, they will change the electorate. Carlson said minutes after saying he wasn't sure what the theory meant.
Yeah, I'll get that face. That face.
Yeah, no. We're not looking at that horrible.
Other times, he referenced a theory by its name. The Great Replacement theory is white supremacist rhetoric that warns that of an elaborate conspiracy by Democratic and Western elites, and possibly orchestrated by Jewish people, to systemically replace white Americans with non-white people through immigration, interracial marriage, and other means. Online writings, yeah. So bullshit. You didn't fucking know what it was. You fucking monster. You
And
fucking monster.
This kind of feeds into the Roe v. Wade stuff as well. Because as soon as the Roe v. Wade stuff was being repealed, the first thing that came up was gay marriage. The second thing that came up was interracial marriage, because all these things kind of feed into that same narrative. And this is disgusting. The fact that you can have a mainstream media, really popular guy punting this stuff, and there's no pushback. There's no one's like up against him saying, "What are you talking about?" He's just allowed to just riff.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
and gets away with it.
the network is doing nothing.
But that's their whole thing, right?
Yeah.
That's their whole platform.
Right. The three biggest markets for Rupert Murdoch's media empire are the three biggest English-speaking countries in the world. That's America, UK, and Australia. And there is a massive, massive undercurrent of racism, xenophobia, and just hate of the other that is being perpetuated by their outlets. That's newspapers, that's radio, that's just general broadcast media, and also online. And for me, that tells me that the geezer at the top of this pyramid has got an agenda and an ulterior motive, and he's quite happy for us to fight amongst ourselves and not.
But don't forget who's in the ear of Tucker. The same guy who was in the ear of all these crazy right wingers. It's Stephen Miller and Steve Bannon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have been
They
pushing.
made
They have been pushing this shit for decades.
they made this theory um mainstream. Like they
Yeah.
brought it to Trump, um which we were, when the Roe v. Wade stuff came out, we were, shouting like, this is what you paid for. This is like
Mm.
because you wanted the funny weirdo with
Right.
the crazy hair. This
Yeah.
is also what you got from him.
Yeah.
You get this ideology built on nothing but watching Fox News and OAN and whatever the
Alex Jones,
yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
PragerU.
Yeah.
all
Stephen
they actually
Crowder.
had I was watching the news yesterday, and they actually had all these connected lines between these media sources, these media platforms, where there was this whole great replacement theory thing, um, bullshit thing, is all connected between them. So it's not just Fox News is at the top, but everybody else is now like like that the PragerU and the OAN, and it's just bringing this all into one little space, and now it's being distributed amongst mainstream Republicans. So it's no longer just crazy little white supremacists in their little hidey holes,
Right.
spewing this to their their dolls.
Mm.
This is people who are in charge
Yep.
of
Well,
things, of
there
people, of
was
money, of resources, of decisions based, people's lives.
there was an incident where Biden tried to bring up about the integration within society of amongst races, and he said about look how many non-white faces you see in advertising,
Mm-hmm.
and the right wing went mad. They're like, see, he's even said it. He said it, and that's a commercial venture. They're trying to appeal to a bigger demographic because they know that the people that are buying stuff are younger and used to seeing more people
Mm-hmm.
of a diverse nature. He brought it up and they jumped on him and
Yeah.
said, look, look how bad it is. In reality, when you go about your everyday life, you do not even notice people's just just you just see people.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare that you actually go and go, that's a bit weird. There's a geezer walking down the street with his hair on fire. Yeah, that's that's a bit naughty. But in reality, the majority of us do not sort of
They're called
acknowledge.
redheads, Wayne. You don't have to say that.
I was trying to be diplomatic.
A man with his hair
Sorry.
on fire.
I was talking about our very own Dark Phoenix.
Oh, see how he tried to sneak. He tried to sneak dish you, Brenna. I won't let him.
I know. It's like he was rolling it back like Tucker Carlson. Oh,
Oh.
I didn't say that.
Hang on, but then I've got to do my
Fight? What?
No,
You're
you
telling
have
me fire's red?
You have to look. You have to
No,
look.
no, fire is technically white.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. Great replacement theory. Here we
All
go.
Sorry, I've lost my train of thought now.
Okay.
Continue.
We're wrapping up soon, but I also want to talk about the other mass shootings that happened.
Yeah.
This Buffalo one was, of course, a major one. The president and the first lady went up to speak out against domestic terrorism and this white supremacy and all this. I believe the House yesterday voted on actually creating a domestic terror, because we had terrorism as part of the DOD. And then so adding in domestic terrorism into Homeland Security, and actually created a task force for that, is supposed to help kind of work out these things. So now being able to recognize and being able to act on these domestic terrorisms instead of the international terrorism that we got used to
Right.
over the years. But another mass shooting, which is something I kind of want to talk about because this didn't happen too far away from where I lived, to the point where it's down the street from a friend of mine, near where my brother used to live, and the church where a friend of mine's parents go. So there was a mass shooting of one person killed, 5 people injured, um, in Orange County, in Laguna Woods, um, at is it Presbyterian?
Presbyterian.
Presbyterian.
I'm looking. I'm skimming.
Yeah, the Geneva Presbyterian Church in Laguna Woods. So they share with a Taiwanese congregation there. So, this happened on Sunday, after church services, where they were having this luncheon. The congregation was having luncheon because their pastor was leaving to go to Taiwan. And so it was sort of a huge thank you celebration, stuff like that. So a large population of Taiwanese individuals were there. So a man from who came here from Las Vegas, for probably this particular reason, decided to during this luncheon, shoot up this Taiwanese church legend. The person who shot them was apparently from China originally. China, which, as we kind of understand, there is some very major political tensions between China and Taiwan. So this is definitely, as they're probably going to book him with, or charge him with, is politically motivated hate crime. Because being Chinese and shooting up Taiwanese individuals is considered a hate crime, or could possibly be hate crime. I'm not, it is not my job. So the the person who apprehended the shooter was this doctor, where he basically was like, most of these people are my patients, I'm going to save them. Jumped on him, got a extension cord and tied his hands behind his back. So kind of saved a whole hell of a lot of people there. I'm assuming that this was probably a lot bigger group of people because it was a pastor who was leaving and it was their celebration. So I'm assuming that it wasn't just the congregants there, but also maybe those who have moved and want to come say goodbye to their beloved pastor. So high amounts of Taiwanese individuals there. We're California. We're not known for these domestic terrorism shooting. So it is kind of out of the ordinary, and plus the Laguna Woods, Laguna Niguel area is the one that's on fire. So we're kind of...
Oh, you started that again.
So it's all this sort of holy shit, what's going on kind of situation. So I was watching the news they talked about the Buffalo shooting, and then they talked about this Laguna Woods shooting, but they also talked about another shooting, another mass shooting that happened Sunday, that very day. Mikey,
You're talking about which one?
the Texas, Houston.
The fact that you have to say which one, speaks volumes.
So, this was at like a flea market, and again, in Texas, which is an open carry, very, very gun friendly.
Me and the missus spent 3 days or 2.5 days in Galveston, Texas. Lovely place, no problems. But then again,
Is that a Charger with a cow shunter on the front?
Fusion.
Fusion. Okay.
They put tuned up V8s in them, or no, EcoBoost V6.
Interesting. So yeah,
so I'm looking at the important stuff.
So, I mean, we'll finish up kind of our conversation about this, but this is a lot. Now we don't talk about every mass shooting because, like
that would
Wayne
be the whole
was
show.
Wayne was sort of laughing at us, but it happens every day. Like there's an average of one shooting a day, quite possibly more. And mass shooting again, like specifically, 4 or more people being injured in this. So this happens
just to be clear, I
day.
wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at the insanity of the situation.
Understood. I didn't mean to make it feel like I was you were laughing at the idea of the shooting, but the fact that
have to bleep you sometimes.
It happens every day. And no, we cannot talk about this, but the fact that it was 3 days in a row of having four news, like in the news, having to talk about like which mass shooting you're talking about. Like, we have to specifically say, oh, this is the Buffalo. Oh, this is the Southern California. Oh, this is the Texas. Like, we have to specify our mass shootings by where they are located. Even that, sometimes it's the state, the city, instead of just the state. Sometimes it's the exact location about where the shooting took place. This is how often it takes place here. So, it's incredible that nothing changes. Like there's no real work that goes involved in this, and I really hope that we start looking at this a little bit harder and realizing that like this is not okay. People are afraid. People fear for their lives, for the lives of their grandmothers, for the lives of their neighbors, for the we can't go to a supermarket anymore. We can't have lunch with a group of people anymore. We can't go to the flea market anymore. We can't go to sports games anymore. We can't do anything anymore. Like we were being, us liberals people were being screamed at for being afraid of a virus, a deadly virus. But you're okay with people carrying around guns, making, shooting up people and walking out alive because they happen to be white people?
Unfortunately, it sounds like until the tragedy is at their doorstep, they don't fucking care.
Yeah. I concur 100% with you, Mikey.
As soon as one of these Congress people, until it's one of their family members, then it's going to be like, you know what? enough is enough. And it's like, oh, now enough is enough. We've been telling you for since we've been kids, Brenna. Since we've been kids, we've had to deal with fucking mass shootings.
Are you kidding me? I remember the day after Columbine. I was in junior high school, and I swear I was in history class, and my teacher, who was not liberal at all, the complete opposite, which is not common here in Orange County, spent the entire hour and a half class like shaking his hands at the idea of children killing other children.
Right.
That was 1999.
Yep.
I have seen the news for mass shootings, mass killings has only gone up from that point. And you know what the reaction was to Columbine? It was not, hey, there's something maybe happening. Maybe there's a lot of stress happening in school. Maybe people are not being treated correctly.
You don't
maybe
have any
we're
security.
not seeing what is happening, what the causes of this. No. Mikey, do you remember what the reaction was?
Video games.
It was
Marilyn Manson.
we have to put extra security in these high schools because these kids are just, we can't trust them. It was the video games. It was that we have to take control of the video games, the music,
Grand
the
Theft Auto.
movies.
Grand Theft Auto was way too violent.
Yeah, it was nobody was looking at what was going on, what the brain activity was. It was, no, let's point the finger, because what will happen is, of course, like the reflection on yourself. If it's, parental neglect, the parents don't want to look at themselves and see, oh, maybe I'm part of the problem.
To add another element to it, and to have a little throwback to the Hot Tag podcast that we do on a Tuesday, wrestling was even dragged into that. Wrestling is too violent. Well,
that one kid killed his friend, and then that's when they just shut the whole operation down for like all of us playing wrestling and stuff like that.
So
everything was scapegoated.
It's exactly. And now, like, we're using this stupid argument about like insanity, right? Like, it's crazy for people to shoot but it's not insanity, because
you want me to do that?
no, that made me feel better about myself. I actually feel good. Okay.
Look at Mikey fucking putting himself over.
We have to get away from the idea that people who do these mass shootings, domestic terrorism, as we are now going to have to call this, because it is, this is not insanity. This is a long list of things, such as Tucker Carlson spouting out bullshit.
Yep.
Dwayne,
stop.
What a turn off that is.
Hold on, give it to me again, Wayne. It's perfect. I hate it. Thanks. I hate it.
It's awful. It's awful. Anyway,
I love you guys, Brenna, Wayne, even Jartan. I love you guys. I'm glad that over the last few years we've all remained relatively safe. We haven't been touched by any of the events that we report on, aside from COVID. We're very lucky, especially us Americans. We're very lucky to be able to do this show every week, and there's not a week that goes by that I don't relish the fact that I get to spend it with my best friends.
And we need to maintain safety. as best we can. And I said on Facebook, and I'm sorry for all my friends who are outside of the United States, that this has become common, where you turn on the TV, you turn on the news, and you hear about another mass shooting in the United States. I'm sorry that this is what's going on, because there are ways that we could actually work on reducing gun violence, but we don't.
Yep.
We start blaming other people. We start blaming the media. We start blaming um we start blaming liberals for trying to take away your guns. Nobody's doing that. Not a single person. But this is the reality that we have to look at. If you look at that list, that calendar of mass shootings, it's every day, multiple.
Mikey, I echo your words because I absolutely love doing this every week as much as I can, because it's so much fun, and it's a learning process, and doing it with your best pals is just it's incredible, because I've learned more doing this show than I have in I would say, my entire educational process of state school, because I just learn so much from you, and it's just every week is just an ability to soak up all the knowledge that I don't have, and hopefully that my limited knowledge that I have, I can impart on you guys and the rest of the audience. So yeah, no, Mikey, I echo that. Thank you. And Brenna, my actual Dark Phoenix, love you.
Oh. All right. On that note, everybody.
Yeah, let's
for
end
for
on
for Wayne, for Mikey, for Shutdown, and
Who's
the
that, Bob?
lovely Val. The lovely Val. Happy birthday, young lady. Join us next week on Bin's Day at the Bin Podcast.
We're gonna
Same
read.
bat
We're
time.
gonna do badly read comment section.
Yeah.
We need a light
On Wednesday.
No, tomorrow or next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we're gonna run it. We're gonna run an ad, and then we're gonna rate out to our best friend in the whole wide world, Tina 2, friend of the show. So we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.